Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Brew Black in My Eyes. Tough day today, wasn't it? Very, very, very hard to take, but it is what it is. Jimmy says, hope to make the recap today. Bless you all if I don't miss you all. Tough one today, but dominated late and had to push. Yeah, we're going to go through it all. Thank you for the donation, Jimmy, but please, please, please only donate if you can afford to. We don't want you sending us money that you can't afford to do, but thank you so much. But please, watch for free. Welcome everyone to the post-match review of today's game. Please like, share, subscribe, hype after the show to promote the channel. It's free. Join from just 99p. Donate using super chat as Jimmy has done. And please be kind. There's so many numpties on Twitter these days. There really is. Scott's obviously waiting to come on backstage. I really thought we'd win. When I saw Bruno wasn't in the team, that was obviously a very concerning moment for me. And we'll go into why and why it mattered. I didn't hear them, Scott, except Baz was. I think looking back, we overpaid for a few players today that we should have been rested. Barnes on the right again, for God's sake. We should have started Ramsey and Alanga for me. Possibly, but everyone wants the best players out there. Everyone wants our best team out there. And when it comes to resting players, when we do, everyone goes off on one. So, talked with Les earlier about Wissa either being too deep, or what did you say? He was very deep at one point, wasn't he? The question is, Gary, we see it coming. Why doesn't Eddie? We'll come to that. I thought Wissa was totally out-muscled by the Villa defenders. We should have started Nick for me. Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. And there's a great quote from Eddie that we're going to get into. Evening, Scott.
Evening, mate.
Right. Nice for Joelinton getting his 250th appearance.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Right. I think the game changed when he went off.
Yeah.
We lost the muscle in midfield. We lost that determination.
He frustrated me a little bit today. Yeah. Looking for fouls that weren't there, and I don't know, he's sort of gone back a couple of steps, I think, from what he has been, and it really frustrated me because he has been playing really well.
The last few games, he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
There was an instance where he was looking to make a foul, but that was because Tonali thought he was fouled when he wasn't. I don't know. I thought the ref actually had a decent game, to be fair.
He did. Yeah, I think he did.
He let it flow, didn't he? He didn't pull everything up. He should have got on top of the Martinez time wasting a lot sooner.
Do you know what it is? I can't stand that man.
He's such a great goalkeeper, but he's a proper prick.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and yeah, he's one of them. He's one of them people I kind of get away with, but he's a very good goalkeeper.
He's Villa's prick in the end. They obviously enjoy him, and you can see why. It was a tough one. I mean, Villa never won at St James's Park since 2005.
No,
and that was when we had two players sent off, and that's when Stephen Taylor did his lovely, being shot by a sniper in the stadium. But we haven't won a game without Bruno in the side since he joined. And that thing is, though, mate, it continues.
If he's going to be out for a lengthy period, we're in for a rough ride.
We don't know how long he's out for.
We don't.
We don't. I mean, he could be back for PSG for all we know. They might have just rested him today, which I do hope so, because without Bruno, you can. I mean, Tonali did his best. I mean, he should have scored. I mean, it was a great save from Martinez, but for me, if he lifts it, the keeper doesn't save that.
Well, I said in the group, he's got to score that, mate. He's got to score that. And that changes the game.
I thought he was going to leave it for Wissa because he was on his right. Wissa was on his right foot.
Yeah. I mean, the build-up play from him, the feat that he managed to get through was fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, you've
Twinkle
got
ball,
more
wasn't he? Reminded me of Beardsley skipping through players the way that he went through them all.
He's got to be more clinical.
Yeah.
They all have to be.
Well, this is a feature of Tonali not scoring a lot of goals for us. And he gets into good positions, doesn't like to shoot very often. But I thought if he just left it for Wissa, and I know it's difficult because you're in the moment, you just beat 3 players, and maybe he's not looking for the pass or doesn't realize Wissa's right next to him. But it would have been perfect for him just to bend it in the corner rather than Tonali trying to shoot with his wrong foot. I mean, he sent Martinez the wrong way. It's just he's got his foot to it. He is. It's a great save. He's a little bit lucky, but if he just gets 2 foot height on it, it slams in the bottom corner, and it could have been a completely different game.
100%. 100%.
And then there was obviously Miley's header. I thought that was in.
I mean, yet again, it took a world-class save, and it was a world-class save.
It was.
To keep it out. But yet again, you've got a young 19-year-old lad taking the game by the scruff of the neck and trying to do something.
Hey, Robbie, you must be absolutely buzzing tonight, beating Arsenal 3-2. 2 wins for Carrick. Could end up getting the job completely there, couldn't he?
I think he will.
If he carries on the way he's going, it'll be hard not to give it to him.
Exactly.
To be fair. Their first goal, and I mean, people are criticising Botman for standing off him. I find that difficult. I think he picked the ball up in a good area and he had a lot of distance between him and the defender. I don't think Botman could have got out there in time. I don't think there's anything else he could have done. There's 2 defenders there, by the way. There wasn't just one. And he smashes it into it. It's a great strike.
It is.
This is one of the things that I'm really angry about with our team is that you don't see a player doing that for us in those sort of situations.
That's exactly my point. I don't think it's Botman's fault. I don't think it's the defence's fault. We have to be braver at the other end to try and do it.
I mean,
it was a hell of a
one of those goals, isn't it? It's one of those goals. That look at the West Ham one for Sunderland against Sunderland. Yeah. Smashes it in the top corner.
Yeah,
there's nothing the defense can do about it. They couldn't get out in time, and he bangs it in. But we don't buy. Yeah, we don't buy enough lottery tickets in football games for me. Sometimes
exactly. Yes.
Unlucky. I mean, the first half. Let's face it. After the first 5 minutes, Villa pretty much dominated the first 45 minutes, and then near the end of the first half, we came back into it, and obviously nearly scored with Miley's header. But I mean, they didn't actually really open us up either, though, did they? It was.
Everybody's going on about how great they are, but actually, mate, if we were at the top of our game, I do think we beat them. I genuinely do. I'm not saying they're not having a good season; they really are. But you're right.
Great season.
They didn't open us up. Like I wasn't sat there thinking, "Oh, this is going to be a cricket score." I wasn't worried at any point. It took a world-class goal, some world-class saves, and I just think we were a little bit off it. Like it's a story of our season this year. We just don't seem to have consistency. We're still looking for that word, consistency.
Yeah. There could have been our third or fourth win in a row or something like that, and then we could have been getting that level of consistency. You can see why Villa are third in the league. To be fair, the second half, I mean, I thought again that was a more open half. I was a lot more worried in the second half than I was in the first half because we were chasing the game.
Yes,
I thought Ollie Watkins was brilliant leading the line as he always does. He caused us havoc. There was when they had the free kick when Morgan Rogers was standing over it, I thought, oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
But the thing that frustrated me the most is that he took Gordon off. Really frustrated me because Gordon was having a better game than Barnes was. And that is not very often this season. Barnes has normally been very, very good recently. But he was having a stinker and Gordon wasn't.
Gordon huffed and puffed today. It was just the final ball.
His crossing was shocking, wasn't it?
I mean, his crossing was, it was like, how I don't know. How do you get that back? Like, what is it? Against the Champions League, fantastic.
Yeah.
What is it? I can't put me finger on why we are so good in the Champions League and Gordon is a world beater or close to. And then he goes in the Premier League and his arse falls out. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, Gary asked that question. Are our players more mentally fatigued? Are we lacking belief? Are some players more interested in the Champions League midweek? I mean, the Champions League is the big prize, isn't it? It's so from all that hard work last season, getting into the competition, they all want to play in it and do well in it. And we are doing better in the Champions League than we are in the Premier League at the moment.
But the thing is, though, you've got it.
I know it's your bread and butter, but
your bread and butter, and I keep saying this, you're not going to get back into it if you're not. I mean, the league this year, I don't know about you, it's getting harder to watch the league than it is anything, because we're just every Sunday, Saturday, I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. But Champions League nights. But I will say as well, it felt different, the Champions League night, from the fans as well. The whole day felt different. I mean, I'm not just saying the players. Our fans looked and felt different today. The feeling wasn't the same.
Yeah. See, I disagree with this. Barnes has actually been playing well on the right. He's actually scored goals from the right, especially when Barnes was crossing them. If you remember the Leeds goal, the header.
Yes.
Gordon was putting some great balls in, and Barnes was nearly on the end of them.
Fish out of water in the right.
No. He's not. I mean, obviously, his preferred position's the left, and he's better there. But we're in a situation where we have two very high-class players vying for one position. So, and I like Gordon, and I still think there's more from him that needs to happen. Everyone knows I do. But at the moment, you probably think Barnes would be better on the left. But Barnes showed what he's like when he doesn't score goals.
Yeah.
These are the kind of games that he has, unfortunately. Tale of two managers. Emery was actual tactical aptly awareness, and Howe hasn't. I'm sorry, but Eddie's reached his ceiling for me. See, I don't agree with that. If you watch the interview with all the Villa players, Emery doesn't change a lot. Eddie Howe doesn't change a lot. They both have their own philosophy.
Yeah.
And they stick to it. Even when they're playing badly. Look at Villa. There was a lot of Villa fans who were almost wanting Emery out of the door at the start of the season because they couldn't win a game to save their lives.
The thing is, they're riding the wave at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're playing really well. We were there with Eddie Howe. We couldn't wait for Eddie Howe ball, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, whatever. And now we're going through a rough patch. You can't just get rid of Eddie. I mean, don't get me wrong, we can question Eddie, and sometimes you think it's questionable what we're doing. But at the end of the day, he sees them daily. He knows what's going on. And we have to stick by him.
Yeah.
He's
not going to change his philosophy. He's not going to change his philosophy. No. Emery's didn't change his philosophy when he was going through a bad run, and then look at what happened. They're flourishing.
Exactly.
And again, you get people thrown, well, we spent 250 million and all this sort of stuff. Our summer was tragic.
Our summer has infiltrated our season. That's the thing. And I do believe that the signings have been questionable. I don't think he got what he wanted. I think he got what was available.
Yeah, we know he didn't get what he wanted because he wanted so many other players that kept going elsewhere.
And I think we've got to put this season to bed and go, look, we're going to keep going through it. It's going to be rough. We've got all the people we need at the background now, and they need to do the jobs ready for next season. Because I do think Eddie's going to be under the microscope a lot more next season. And you've got to remember, Villa haven't got Champions League this year. They're not in the Carabao.
They are in Europe, though, because they played on Thursday.
They are in Europe.
It's not an excuse, really.
It's not.
So
different level, though.
It is a different level, but they've still got to do it. I want to come to this one. You completely disagree. That's absolutely fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're not going to change my opinion because I completely disagree with you. So we're just at a loggerheads. If you want to keep going at it, we'll keep going at it. But if I was you, I would just say, okay, we'll agree to disagree on both sides. even though I'm questioning him today more so than all season. Still a big Eddie fan, though. Gordon obviously has his England career on the left, and that is affecting Eddie's choices. That is a weakness for me. It's not affecting his choices. He's got two choices. You can either pick Barnes on the left, or you can pick Gordon on the left. If he chooses Gordon, he's then got an option to pick Barnes on the right or Elanga on the right. You know, he can't drop Gordon as well if he feels he needs to, but he puts a lot of trust in Gordon. So it's a tough, and I'm going to show you the stats from today, and you're going to be shocked. Right, let's bring Superfan Dan in. How we doing, Dan?
Way.
I mean, the second goal. I mean, he was left all in his own in the box. It was chasing the game. It was coming near to the end of it. Everyone was out of position. There was about 4 Newcastle players at the front post. There was 2 Villa players at the back post. It just all went to cock. And it was a good header and a great cross, to be fair.
Yep. And Ollie deserved it. He did. You know, so
exactly. I mean, we wanted all these players.
We continued the streak.
Yeah.
If Bruno ain't on the pitch,
yeah,
we ain't at the races. So
Villa ended theirs and we carried ours on, unfortunately. And this is a great thing for everybody blaming Eddie Howe. Where would we be in the Premier League if we signed Cunha and Buemo and Ekiteke, who Eddie wanted? You know, we would be near the top of the league potentially if they all settled into the system and hit the ground running.
Do you know what's really annoying about all that, though? We would have them now if we could pay them the wages where they went.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the real boil of my. Yeah. If we could offer them what they've been offered, they'd be at Newcastle potentially, and we would be. Pierre, I don't care what anybody says. We're still being crippled by the rules.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately,
and as it was pointed out, like I said, by Simon Jordan on Talk Sport a while back, you know, the rules that were in place didn't affect Chelsea when they came aboard and started doing what they did. So then they put more rules in to stop Chelsea. But then whatever rules didn't apply to Man City when they were taken over, and somehow were able to skirt those rules in order to do what they did, you know, then they put rules in place in order to make sure that another Man City couldn't come along. Well, all of those rules have been put in place in order to make sure that we didn't come along and do what we're doing or trying to do.
Well, they made one new rule for us.
And then they made new rules. Exactly.
They made one new rule for us, which was same party ownership, sponsorship.
Yeah, which we saw coming.
Yeah, because PSR would not be a thing if we were allowed to go out and get the sponsorship that we could get. But they won't allow us to do that. That's the main issue.
No, we would have a Ramco
PSR isn't
instead.
Yeah, because PSR isn't the issue. It's the same party transactions is the issue. And that's where Man City almost have got these 115 charges from and all that sort of stuff. So
there's 115 charges? Apparently there's some kind of hearing sometime.
Well, next year, apparently now, in a year's time.
Yeah. They keep pushing that back, don't they?
They do. Yep. It's ridiculous. Craig Hope asks a good question to Eddie Howe, to be fair, for a change. It's nice that some decent questions are being asked to our manager because we want to hear the answers from these questions. We might not like them, but at least we're getting an honest answer. So I asked Eddie Howe if it was time for NUFC to evolve to accommodate a number 10 like Rogers Buendía. And this is what he said. I think when you lose a game like we did today, there's a valid argument for everything. Everyone wants to change something. We have the players that we have, and we have to find a solution with those players. There's no point me thinking we need another type of player at this moment because it's not going to happen. The next chance we'll really have to change the squad will be in the summer. It's about getting the best out of the players we have. I don't think we played badly, but certainly around the goal, we could have done better. Of course, we still created chances that on another day, I think we score, but it wasn't to be. Now, technically, he's actually right, because we did create enough chances to score. Tonali, the header from Miley. Wissa was put through twice. And if Wissa evolved, not an injured bad knee coming back from injury, Wissa could have buried those 2 chances. Harvey Barnes on the stretch when he should have maybe done a diving header instead from a great cross. You know, we've created opportunities and been poor in front of goal. But also, I will say, there's not enough players getting in the box. Miley put some beautiful balls into the box today.
He did.
And there was nobody in the box twice.
One of my mates, who is a former professional player from the 80s, texted me just now. He's a massive Villa fan, and he says, "We've had 2 fantastic goalkeeper performances in our last 2 games. Brilliant game management by Emery. Cash and Matson hung in well against our wide players. The center backs were brilliant, including Mings when he was introduced.
Yeah.
Buendía and Sancho are getting better. Watkins could be so much better with just a little more consistency and confidence." But then he said, "Your player, Miley, that's going to be a very special player."
He is, absolutely.
And you know,
the thing is, he tried his heart out today, and it wasn't happening for the people around him.
But he carried the ball well. His passing was crisp.
Yeah.
You know,
you saw Trippier using him a lot.
Yeah.
He and Trippier were playing off each other lots, and he also overlapped with Trippier several times. So,
yeah, and he does have a point. We have a lot of players, and he's developed players in the past. So there's no reason why he can't coach them. It's getting the chance to coach them because he's got so many games. That's another problem.
And this is where
he did say that in his post-match. He said that in his post-match conference on Wednesday. He said it hasn't been ideal because they haven't been able to train. They're constantly traveling and constantly game after game after game. Basically, the training is coming in match play.
Yeah.
So they're not able to consistently work on set pieces. They're not consistently able to work on, the formations that would allow them to break down, the low block, that kind of stuff. They're not able to do any of that stuff because they're constantly playing.
He's got to find a way, though. Arsenal can do it. Man City can do it. All these teams, I mean, they're used to it because they do it every year. We've done it twice in 4 years.
Yeah.
And he's got to find a way of being able to get points across, be able to get tactics across.
That's the comments that worried me. That he's, to be an elite manager, he's got to find a way. He has to. And I do believe he can be an elite manager.
Yeah. I think he will. I still think you just got to give him time. Yeah. I think the summer's going to be huge. Anyway, I want to show the stats because I thought they were very interesting. So here's Villa's first of all. Again, like I said, we kept most of their players quiet, to be honest with you, apart from Watkins and Buendía. Tillemans, I thought, was very good. And Warner, it was all right. Sancho wasn't really much in it. And Martinez gets an 8.2. So it just shows you how well he played as a goalkeeper to keep us out and keep a clean sheet. That's where they win the game. They win the game with being clinical up front.
Yeah.
And having their goalkeeper have a blinder. And this is where it's going to get really interesting for you guys. And this is the reason why I was surprised he took Gordon off. He was the only one in the front three who was in a green. Barnes had a 5.6. Wissa had a 6.5. And Gordon, because the one thing that Gordon was willing to do when he got the ball, he was willing to run and try and get past his men. And he did get past his men a few times. But then his final ball was shocking. I think I counted about 3 times he crossed the ball out for a goal kick.
Playing at St. James's today, do you think that if he had tried to take off Barnes, he would have been booed? Do you think our fans would have booed him if he took Barnes off? Because you could hear Barnes' song in the first 10 minutes of the match, and the whole stadium had it. It wasn't just a pocket; it was everybody.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you should be braver than that. At the end of the day,
I'm not disagreeing.
He wasn't having a good game. I would have took him off for Elanga and left Gordon on, personally. And that's not me because I'm a Gordon fan. It's because Harvey Barnes was having a stinker, and I could see it. And he's got to be able to see that himself and make the correct decision that's best for the team. And for me, Gordon, for the first time in a while, was the one that should have stayed on that pitch. And I can't say that for the last 4 or 5 games because Barnes has been excellent.
But do you not think it's time we let Elanga just sink or swim from the beginning? Just is it not time to go? Do you know what it is? Let's let him loose. Give him 90 minutes and just go. Do you know what it is? Whatever he does, he does. Let's just see what he can bring to the table. Because there is a player there. It's just not happening. I tell you something, mind. Nick Pope looked a lot more sure of himself coming out the box today. I don't know what other people think. He was a different one of them. But
he had a great game. He kept us in the game at times. He had an 8 out of 10. Tonali, I thought was almost running the game at times. He got a 7.9, deservedly. You know, I thought Trippier was better than a 6.7, but he did misplace a couple of passes, like Lewis Hall did as well. He misplaced one, which they nearly scored from. I thought Botman had a very good game. I thought Chow had a very good game. I mean, but Miley was better than a 7. Well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Botman's finished.
Louis Hall puffed.
Yeah, but again, Nick Pope keeps us in the game. Martinez keeps them in the game. Their strikers win the game. Ours can't hit a barn door. That was the difference in the teams at the end of the day, was how clinical they were in front of goal.
Yeah.
And they played their game plan perfectly. Yeah.
What a dick.
He was such a child when he did that one.
Literally.
Yeah. See, Wissad, again, a 6.5 is almost like a 5. It might as well be, to be honest with you. But again, he got into some good positions. He just, when he got there, he chose the wrong option. He just didn't have the confidence in himself to try and shoot with his left foot across goal or near post. Whatever he had to do, he just didn't want to do it. And that's not the Wissa that I watched at Brentford. He was a goal machine. He wanted to shoot all the time. How many times has Gordon come short to get the ball from Hall and give the ball away, and it leads to almost a goal in the same every week in the Premier League? Don't think he did that. I think he lost the ball once when he came short, but he has to come short to get the ball because we're not moving it fast enough to get it to him in the right areas, and that's the problem. And Gordon likes to have the ball at his feet, and he likes to run at people.
How many times do we get into a shooting position outside the box, lose it, and then end up having to run like back and have a go? And you sat there going, have a pop at it, because if you lose it now, we're now on our bikes. So you know, we've got this awful thing of standing off and not having a pop at it.
Yeah.
You know, I tweeted out Alan Shearer needs to get in the training ground and go, here, this is how you hit a ball, because we need somebody. I mean, we've got a set piece coach who does the attacking bit, who does the they seem to be able to hit a ball as sweet as a nut. 13 goals from outside the box this year, them lot. Well, we got 1.
Right.
1 if we're lucky.
1 if we're lucky. Right? Why?
I can't even remember what that one. Oh no, Bruno again, just outside the box, wasn't it? Yeah.
Why are we trying to walk the ball into the net every single game?
Yep.
We are carbon copy goals all the time. We need to try something new.
Yep.
Have a go.
And when we did try and shoot from the edge, I mean, Joe Linton hit one and his body shape was terrible. He was only shooting because it was the only option that he had left. You know, we hear Tonali's got a rocket of a boot and we're encouraging to shoot. Well, why aren't we seeing it?
Yeah.
But then don't give the ball away on the halfway.
And to be fair to him, he had a fantastic chance in the first minute. Tonali.
Yeah, we spoke about that, and I said he should have left it for Wissa.
Yeah,
because would have been on his right foot. But I think when you're in that zone, when you're taking on 3 players, you are at the end goal. You know you're going to slot it in, and the keeper makes a great save. And
he saw headlines, didn't he?
Yeah,
shot him in the dick.
Which, to be fair, I mean, you know, you've just gone and taken on the defense. You've gone and done something that we don't do very often, and then you just
twinkle tall through.
Yeah.
This worries me a little bit as well, because we've got big games coming up. You know, this is against the top half. We've only won 2, drawn 2, 5 defeats.
Yeah.
But I mean, there weren't disgraceful defeats. I mean, the Arsenal one, probably. I mean, they just outsubbed us. The Liverpool game should never have happened. Yeah. Spurs, we should have drawn. We should have beat them. Chelsea, we should have beat them. We shouldn't have let them back into it.
Exactly.
You know, but we've only lost 3 times at St James's Park all season. And Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool now. You know, they're 3 quality teams. Villa are 3rd. You know. Yep. Liverpool are 4th still now, or the 5th now after today. I'm not too sure.
Getting to the pub yesterday for the matches. I was just rubbing my hands together because of the earlier game, and when we stuck around and watched Liverpool's match, and when Liverpool got beaten the way they got beaten, kind of the same kind of stuff that happened to us today. I started licking my lips. It was just like,
we all did.
This is all the gumption you need, to tell you guys, that scene from the Amazon documentary, prior to the Man United game. I'd like to think that Eddie had some kind of words like that. And I mean all the words, dropping the F-bombs as well. I'm just hoping that he'd get in their heads and just go, forget about the circus out there. Let's just go after it. And when we go after it, those first 10 minutes and it doesn't work for us, I think there's part of me that thinks that they get discouraged, and then they drop their heads drop, and then they're not it. They don't not perform. They're just, the confidence level is in the toilet, and then
it's fragile.
Like Scotty says, they're not going to take any chances from 30 yards out, which they should. We've had that in previous seasons, where somebody has the option, just nails it. I mean, go back to Barnes. Both of Barnes' goals against West Ham in 2023.
They were both outside the box. Yeah, his Wolves goal as well. There's a few. I mean, Murphy against Spurs springs to mind when he just felt juicy and smashed it.
I saw somebody just say, we are still suffering from the rat leaving.
We've said that. Yeah, we've said that. We are suffering from the summer. And it's just infiltrated this season. It's just totally infiltrated.
It's like a bad smell lingering around.
There is, and the thing is, until we get the summer, and you can clear that. Do you know what it is? A bit of a holiday. They've got to keep going, but a bit of a holiday, a summer transfer window, get the bad smell gone. Eddie needs to clear his head. He needs a holiday, a proper one, because let's face it,
he never got one.
3 days.
Never got one. Yep. And this isn't making excuses. This is genuinely, you get burnt out at work, and we do. So he will be feeling it too.
Well, you saw what he said on Wednesday night, Scott, didn't you?
Yeah.
He says he doesn't have a social life.
No. And he needs one.
Yeah. He puts his team forward. He wants to be there for his teammates whenever they need to be, for his players and all this sort of stuff.
His night out is probably with Tyndall.
Yeah. Probably watching a match to play or after we've played.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Alanga was all right when he came on. To be fair,
go get yourself a copy of Goal and watch that.
Do you not think, though, Dan, watching it today, there was a different feel inside the stadium than there was from the Champions League
on Wednesday night? Yep.
Why? You can't lay it all at the players' door. The fans have to turn up too.
Yeah, the only way we were going to sell Isak is if we got the right price for him, and Liverpool weren't willing to offer it. And they waited right to the last day of the window to offer what we wanted, and then we sold him. And Liverpool knew what they were doing.
Yep.
They knew what they were doing. They knew they were screwing us at the same time as us trying to screw them by getting the money. So, there we go. This is what Tonali said after the game. It's frustrating that we couldn't back the PSV game up with result today, but that's football, and we play every 3 days against top teams. We missed some great chances in the first half, and against this sort of team, we can't do that. When you lose, it's normal for the fans to be frustrated, but we're giving everything for the team and the supporters. Stick with us. We need to just keep going, keep playing our football, and we'll get there. A simple message, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean,
And
the
that's
crowd
the way it should
at
be.
the stadium are always there. It's the crowd online that are just absolutely pathetic at times.
Yep.
And I will say that they are pathetic.
The online
You know?
crowd's worse. The crowd. I'm talking about the crowd in the stadium. We need to see some more songs. We need to see some more. You know, it was like a bear pit in the Champions League.
Yeah, but the ballots killed that, though.
And
I know the ballot's a great idea for getting people there and that, but there were 10,000 fans who walked away, who went year after year after year after year because they wanted Mike Ashley out.
Yeah.
When Mike Ashley was finally out, those 10,000 fans never got an option to get their ticket back.
Yeah, I was one of them.
And me too.
And for other reasons, but work. But
yeah, mine was I said I'll never go back to St James's Park until Ashley's gone. That's what I said. And I ended up going back for one game because it was my mate's stag do and he wanted to go to the Newcastle game. We drew 3-3 with Southampton or 2-2 or whatever it was. And that was the only game I went to from when I gave it up. And I nearly bought one again the season we got took over. I was so close.
Gary's not wrong there.
Yep. Yeah, of course it is. And I'm going to say it. Sorry. Right. Everyone says Eddie Howe's a bad manager online. Everyone says Eddie Howe should leave. Everyone forgets that Jacob Murphy was a very, very average footballer until Eddie Howe got a hold of him. And he had a purple patch. Helped us win our first trophy in 70 years. Everybody, I mean, including myself, hands up, Joe Linton was a flop.
Yeah.
Look at him now after Eddie Howe got a hold of him. How many people were complaining about Tino when we paid 35 million for him from Chelsea, saying, well, he's at risk because he's got a dodgy knee. Yeah. Then and this nearly crept into me and every single YouTube channel apart from ourselves and everyone online. Lewis Hall was a waste of money when we signed him.
Right.
We should have spent our 30 million somewhere else. There was loads of it. Everybody online saying this and that. It took Lewis Hall 6 months to settle into the Newcastle team, the way of playing. Gordon as well, when he first signed, everyone was slating him because he wasn't up to speed with the fitness levels that we demanded Eddie Howe demanded of the players and the way things went. All these people who criticise and whinge always forget what's actually happened in the past, how long it took for players to settle in, how long it took them to get up to speed for them to be the best of themselves. Visser, Voltemada, Elanga, Ramsey have not had the full extent of an Eddie Howe training.
Agreed.
This is why I will not judge them till next year. I will give them this season to start to get to their best. Then after that, then we can look at the performances.
You've also got to remember, last year we had the chance to go away and do some warm weather training.
Yeah,
we haven't
a couple of times.
You can't do that. I mean, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, next year, and then I've said this to Dan. We can judge next year. We can be a little bit more critical next year. But hopefully he gets his summer signings in very early doors, and things look a bit brighter. Do you know what I mean?
Then everybody goes to Austria and does the whitewater rafting.
Well, the only thing that worries me about the summer is the World Cup year.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. We're wanting to do a rebuild-ish in a World Cup year. It's not ideal yet again.
No, it's not. I saw this about our tactics, and then I put a big circle there.
Yep.
And I said, isn't it a shame we don't have a player who could play there? Oh, wait, we do. It's so frustrating.
Who would you have sacrificed in the 11 today in order to have played Voltemada in his natural position?
Trippier. I would have put Miley at right back, and then I would have put Voltemada in the 10.
Which is what Scotty and I were talking about the other day. Yep.
Yep. Prices do go up after a World Cup. That was one-dimensional. But so is Emery. Emery's one-dimensional. This is what This is what everyone's missing. We've got a philosophy. They've got a philosophy. They stick to it, and it comes good. And this is the thing. It needs to come good for us because it's starting to get very frustrating. But that's pretty much how we like to try and play. We try to do overloads on the right. We try to do overloads on the left. We try to get the ball into the box, low crosses, high crosses, the lot. But we are missing just that key area where that's where Villa win the game.
Yeah.
Because they had their players surrounding Watkins, where our wingers weren't inverted. They were far out wide, so there wasn't getting around the striker like we would like to see. So that's a bit frustrating, especially when you see that and you just think, well, we've got a player who can do it. We've got a player there, and we just want to. I was very disappointed with the substitutions today. You did them early, but I was very disappointed that I was disappointed that Voltemata didn't come on and Vissa stayed on, and we just tried it for 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
I thought he might, but then again, he's got PSG to think about.
I know. This is the thing, and we are struggling with.
I didn't think Ramsey looked bad, mind.
Nope. Yeah. No,
I thought he
had a
looked lively.
solid game.
Yeah, he looked lively. He looked like he had a pulse. Yeah, the kid. I think he comes into his own next season as well.
And I know Baz, I know you don't like that last comment, but especially since he just came back from injury, I think both him and Byrne on the bench tonight were kind of a token gesture to show the fans that they're back from injury. I don't think he was willing to risk them, but he's absolutely right. You know, if you were going to do what you were going to do and take Gordon off and bring Elanga on, you know, we would have moved Miley to right back and taken off, you know, somebody else or Trippier to bring on Voltemata and let him go. But if that and keep Vissa on, like you said, if after 10 minutes that wasn't working well, then you throw on the mad bull and just throw on Willisula and let him run and see what happens. You know, because the fact of the matter is he's just a crackerjack. You don't know what you're going to get with him. You know,
I get it.
The Liverpool game he got the goal that kept us in the Liverpool game.
He did, yeah. Out of nowhere as well.
I hope we keep him for next season.
You're never going to convince Baz of that. Baz would take the money and run if someone comes for him.
Who would you bring in though, Baz? If you were going to get rid of Asula, who would you?
Well, if Asula's good enough and Asula's a good player, he's worth more than 15 million, and that's all we're ever going to get for him. So you say, who would you come in for him? We've only got 15 million to spend. We haven't got a lot of money to replace him, have we? Because he's not a good player. This is the problem. Yes, he's a box of tricks. He's a little bit different. He reminds me of a poor Kitspire.
I just think
headless chicken. Good when he's got his head down, running, and he's direct.
The fact of the matter is he's built like a brick shit house. So the fact is he can take people with him. You know,
he can. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about going to the next level here. We want Newcastle to be in the top 4. You tell me what team or squad Asula gets into in the top 6.
If you get 15 million for him, you know,
pure profit though, it'll be
pure profit
or almost pure profit.
You know, you don't have to say right. The bench is 15 million for your next striker. You're gonna look at more. Who would you bring in?
Yeah, but people don't see him as a striker anymore. They see him as a right winger.
Who would you bring in? Because I'm open to the sale. I'm just wondering who would be.
He's not exactly, whoever comes in is not exactly replacing that much, though, is he? This is the thing. We've got to start thinking about top 6 all the time. So we've had this conversation before. How many players in our squad get in the top 6 other teams? How many get in the Arsenal team? How many get in the City team? How many get in the Chelsea team? I mean, these are the teams we want to pass, remember.
I'd love a crack at Ollie Watkins a while back. I think he would have been
a while back for me. Yeah.
Everyone said that in the summer, and I was like, no, because he's
because we do need to find the next. We you know, and you're right. We do need to find the next, you know, best things coming. It's just finding them. We need to find
the problem with Ollie. The problem with Ollie Watkins was he was he's 2 years older than the player that we need.
Tammy Abraham.
Well, I said Tammy. I was
That would have
interested
been
in,
nice.
but he's gone.
Why aren't we trying to nick that one?
It's too late. He's gone to Villa. It's done.
Well, or tried to nick that one.
Tried to nick him. I said that, but he's got Villa ties, though. That's the thing. He's played for them before.
That's the biggest problem there.
I said, well, yeah, the only way we're going to get anybody to choose us at this point is if they've got Geordie blood, or we're going to pay them 200,000 a week or more.
It's the wage cut. I'll tell you who we should sign.
Go ahead.
You want to know who we should sign? Sammy. Take a risk.
You've said that. Understood. It just
take a risk on him. He's only 19, 20. Plays for Porto, bangs them in left, right, and centre. Reminds me a bit like Drogba. There's the next level.
Yeah. I like the risk. It's a 40 million pound risk.
Oh, no, it's 80. It's a big risk. It's an 80 million pound risk. We were quoted 100 million at one point, I believe. It's a big risk. Don't get me wrong, because he's coming from a league where, it's a lot easier to score goals in than what it is in the Premier League. But I just think he's got all the attributes to make it as a top striker in our league. So I would take the risk on him.
You put him up front with Voltemata behind him.
Just put him up front and have wingers banging the ball in left, right, and centre like we do now. But he'll get on the end of them.
Yeah.
But the problem is, with Wissa and Voltemata, are we even going to look at another striker?
Right.
Or do we look for players that can suit their style and start playing to their style of football? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing that bugs me, and I said this in our chat, the thing that always bugs me about Emery, when you see him sitting on the bench, all I'm waiting for is the orange Azrael cat to sit up in his lap. He looks like he's trying to. He looks like Gargamel, and he looks like like he wants Smurfs. It bugs me. It just bugs me.
He does look like Gargamel, to be fair. Especially the cartoon version.
Exactly. The hairstyle just rankles me.
I love it. Chelsea there we go. We might as well just not bother.
Yeah.
I mean, our next games as well are very tough. We've got PSG away, we've got Liverpool away, we've got Man City away, we've got Brentford at home. That could be the only 3 points we see and win, maybe. Spurs away, Villa away, Man City away again.
This next group of fixtures, you're absolutely right, is going to make or break the season.
That's a doddle, man. We'll walk it.
I love it. Let's do it.
Doddle. We'll walk it. It's all right.
You know what it is, though, right? This is where Newcastle surprise everyone. We lose to teams that we think we're going to win, especially at home, and then we go away and throw in a shock win somewhere. Yep. If Man United can beat Arsenal, we can beat PSG.
The shock win's going to be the Carabao Cup, isn't it?
If Bournemouth can beat Liverpool, we can beat Man City.
It's going to be the Carabao Cup. Honestly, Baz is going to get his wish. We're going to go to the Etihad. We're going to go and turn Man City over.
And if we do, I'm taking Martin's hotel off him. Hand it over, pal. You shouldn't have booked it so early and been so cocky. It's as simple as that. Mind you, I would have done the same thing if we were 2-0 up. If we didn't have Man City. Anyway, here's the league table. It obviously we drop a point because of a place, because of the goal difference. Brentford lost today as well, though, 2-0. Yep. So I'm a bit surprised we've actually dropped a place. Well, it's probably because they won one more game than we have. That's why.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't go on goal difference when it's the same. It goes on games won. Yep. Man United shocking everyone up to 4th now. Chelsea 5th after a big win against Palace. Fulham back in the mix again after faltering. I mean, that Harry Wilson goal should have been saved. That was poor goalkeeping.
Would you have Harry Wilson on our side?
I mean, he's the flavour of the month, isn't he? At the moment, but is he going to be? I've never seen him consistently do it.
Right.
So this is he another Jacob Murphy? Is he another Miggy Almiron, where he has a purple patch and then you buy him and then he drops like a lead balloon? So I'm not sure. But he's a tidyish player, to be fair.
Yeah.
But again, does he take you to the next level? I don't know. But I mean, it's still so tight in there, all the way up to 4th. You know, we're now 5 points behind instead of 3 points behind because of Man United. I don't think Man United keep that up, you know. I really don't.
No.
Now I've said that, they probably will. But I mean, let's face it, right? Our squad and the depth that we've got, we have been punching. We punched last season. I still think our squad is capable of 5th, 6th. So that gets you either a Champions League place or Europa League place. Yeah. The one thing I don't want to happen is to be in the conference. It's a dead competition. I don't think it's worth being in. The Europa League, yes. And obviously the Champions League, hell yes. But I don't want to be in the Conference League. I think that'll just be a distraction we can do without. Especially if we're wanted to be in the Champions League the following season.
Would you just try to take a non-European league, a non-European spot and go, do you know what it is? Let's go for the Champions League the next season then?
Go for the league.
Oh.
Let's be ambitious. If we don't have any European competition, we go for the league.
I love that. That's what I want from our fans. That's what I'm looking for. Let's aim high. We've got to.
Ooh.
I didn't know that.
Either.
No, but I mean, Lee Clark did it when he was at Sunderland, didn't he? So you know,
that's what got him out of Sunderland.
Yeah, eventually. But I said this a while ago. I said that if Newcastle want to be winning a league soon, the best chance of them doing that is by not being in Europe, because Eddie Howe gets the time with the players. He gets to train them every week. You only play 1 game a week. You know, buy the league in a way without being in the European competition. Sod the cups off, sod the Carabao Cup off, sod the FA Cup off. Just go for the league and see where you end up.
Like a Leicester.
Yeah.
The only issue, of course, is it's the gamble. You know, it is
a big gamble.
Make it, if you're not in any Europe, if you don't have any Europe, can you keep the players you've got? You know, the ones with the ambition. You know, it would seem, judging from comments, judging from, you know, it would seem that Bruno is settled and doesn't want to go anywhere. Yeah. It would seem that Tonali is settled and doesn't want to go anywhere, even after those comments was like he's going to take it's year by year, you know, that kind of thing. But it would appear that he's settled and he doesn't want to go anywhere. You know, Lewis Hall loves being there.
He's a Geordie.
You know, exactly.
Tino worries me a little bit.
Sven Botman has committed himself now, so that's good. We've got Chow
already committed.
Yep. You know, Voltamata's committed. You know, that kind of thing. We've got the players.
This is committed.
This is committed.
Yep.
So the ones that worry me are Gordon and Tino.
Yeah.
But this is the other thing as well. Yes, it is a risk putting your eggs in all one basket, but it gets you Champions League football in my eyes. I think you get top 5. And then I also think you've got a chance of winning the league if you're only doing 1 game every week. And then this is the other way about saying, are we going to be an attraction for other players? If we get the sponsorship in, your squad cost rotation is actually better when you're not on a European competition. So we can actually offer more wages and we could probably go out and spend a bit more money.
Yep. So
that gives you that. The risk is you spend that money and then you get into Europe, you're then squashing it a lot more.
So wasn't it something like, you know, if you're in Europe, it's 75%. If you're out of Europe, it's 85% or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So you've actually got a better chance of signing players on better wages because you're not having to stick to a strict SCR, which is the new PSR, by the way, before everyone jumps on it. So that would be my thinking behind it. And I know it's daft because obviously sponsorship money goes down when you're not in Europe and in Champions League. But if you can get the message out there, let us have 1 big summer, get the players in early, no distractions, and let's just have a right crack at winning the league. I would love to see that. It's unrealistic. It's not going to happen, but that's what I've always said.
Yeah.
That's our best chance of winning the league when we've got no distractions.
100%. But it's the best chance anybody out of the big six have got of winning the league as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
see this comment here. It's Man United have done it. They've not had Champions League for 3 years.
mm-hmm.
So it is possible. It's not about being in the Champions League to be able to offer big wages. It's being able to get the big sponsorship deals in. And then, I mean, Man United have got £1 billion debt. I don't know how they do it. But there we go. But players don't want to join us.
Man City has 115 charges, and yet they're still signing players left and right.
Do you not worry the fact that, you know, the CSR, the PSR, because we're not signing players, we're actually running players into the ground, and we're actually ruining people's careers potentially via injury because we're overplaying them. Does that not need looking at? The fact that, you know, burnout.
Well, that's your squad depth, isn't it? It's
we don't
do
see
we have the
but if the rules that are in place don't allow us to add to squad depth,
that's
you know,
big, Does that not need looking at for a player's welfare perspective?
How many games have we played? How many games have we played so far this season? 50 now.
So
I thought someone said it was 49.
7
earlier.
in the Champions League. Is it 20 in the league now?
So 23 that we just played in the league.
Right, so 23, 7 is 30.
That's 30.
So how many in the Carabao Cup? We skipped a round. So we've only played 3 games, haven't we?
So we're looking at 33.
And then the 1 FA Cup game.
So 34 games.
Yeah.
And
that's almost a full season. 38 games in a season, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's almost a full season already, and we're only into
But like
January.
someone said, you know, your Man Cities, your Arsenals, your Chelseas, they're playing, you know, 40, 50 games a season.
Yeah.
You know, but they've got the depth in order to cover for that.
Touchdown New England, apparently. I know nothing about all that. But it was a frustrating.
They're trying to get their game. They're trying to get their games in before the storm hits.
Oh right, okay. Oh, God. I've got soaked twice today, this morning, and then coming home, it decided to start raining.
Did anybody see John O'Hare's?
I did
on Twitter today.
Yeah. Was it? I thought it was yesterday.
Norman, Oklahoma got snow, and it's 8 degrees outside, and it says it feels like -6.
Oof.
And then Scott and I, when we were on the other night, my Aunt Mary was in the chat. She said it was -25 centigrade in North Dakota with the wind chill. But -25 centigrade, Baz.
Cold.
Oof.
Oh, I feel your pain.
That's why my grandmother lived to be 98, because she spent half of her life in frozen animation.
Brilliant. I love it. Right. We're back tomorrow night. We have the Geordies v Mackhams tomorrow night. So that's going to be fun because both teams lost. So that's going to be a fun chat.
We get to point. We get to point each other out, don't we?
Yeah. Point the finger at each other and laugh. And
but they get to point out. Well, at least we scored 1.
Yeah, but at least we got beat off a better team.
Yeah, we can do that too.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
They can poke fun at our Wolves draw all day long, but we're like, but we lost to West Ham. But so did we. Yep, 3-1 as well.
I
wouldn't like an outside toilet -23. You're not wrong, Gary.
No, definitely not. Yep. You definitely wouldn't survive. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for your comments. Like I say, we all sometimes have different opinions, but that's football. It's a great game that we love, and my opinions are welcomed. Like I say, I have my opinion. It's strong. I don't like to differ from it unless someone gives me a very good reason why I'm wrong. But I will listen to your opinion. But join us tomorrow night when we have the Mackhams on, because it's a good laugh. They're great guys. Yep. And we'll have a chat again, have a bit of banter, get some questions and some stuff all worked out. And I'm off to bed because I'm on my 3rd of 6 shifts tomorrow. So it's going to be fun. Good night, everyone.
Good night, lads.
Good night, lads.